Hello, my wonderful people. My name is Owa. For this video, I want to talk about one lady who called me this morning on Saturday, will be on the 24th of December 2022. This lady called me, she dey shout, she talk different kind of things. She shout finish, she dropped the phone. So the reason why the lady called me, they shout, I will still let una know for this video. So una go tell me where I for go wrong. Nobody dey above mistake. Because for my page, people they call me say, abeg Uwa, let me do this one, no sabi do, no sabi speak Italian language. So people say they will dey CAF office, abeg sister, help me talk to them. So people say they will dey bank, abeg sister, help me talk to them. So people they want book appointment, abeg sister, help me, put me through. I dey help different people. And secondly, wetin cause this quarrel? So many men, they my WhatsApp message, they ask me the same favor, make I help them book the appointment because say they no sabi speak Italian language. So my people, where I for go wrong, una will let me know. So before I talk wetin happen, abeg ladies, if you dey in relationship, you and the boy no not dey again, things not go well, not be by force say na all relationship go lead to marriage. Maybe e no go well, you comot. Before you enter another relationship, abeg try go do pregnancy test to know whether you get belle or not. Even if they take drugs, maybe for take prevent, you not get belle, anything fit happen. Even in a try to protect yourself, but try always do pregnancy test to know whether you get belle. And secondly, if you leave one relationship, before you enter another one, give yourself time. Give yourself a period of time before you know another one. In case you can't get belle, you will know who get the belle, who be the papa of that pikin. So wetin happen na be this. One man call me one day. He say he don't marry, he get 3 children with his wife. They marry for communi, he pay a bride price and everything. He said, but he first pikin where they get, in they suspect, in they think say no be in get that pikin, no be the papa of the pikin. Now I got say, why you go think so? Why you go just think that kind of thing? Where be say you they think say no be you be the papa? You know resemble. No, sister, well, not because of that one. He just love her. Everything okay, but he insists they tell and say no be him be the papa of the pikin. So I can say waiting happens. Okay, he want to tell me the story how everything happen. So according to this guy, he talk say if they ask this lady out, they ask him out, he not quit green for her. He said later he can't for the period of almost 6 months. He said later he can't accept. So he can't invite her come his house. He said the woman they come his house, now he pay for the train ticket and everything. He said the woman come his house, he spent about 2 nights for his house. He said now once he go close to the woman, he said the woman don't come out. He said a few weeks later, the woman still tell and say, you know they do again, you know want the relationship anymore. He could ask her, what he do? He offend you, now he pay your transport and everything. He said no, say no one continue with the relationship. Meanwhile, this lady in her camp, she dey stay that time. He can say, okay, no problem. He said after like 1 month later, be 1 month plus, he call and say he get belle. So he can tell and say, you get belle, but how come? He call and say, now once you eat your sleep with you, and say, if you sleep with woman once, it is possible say belle go enter. Na normal thing. You should dey ovulate. Yes, pregnancy go enter. He said, no be that be the problem. Say come tell and say, no problem, we dey together. He said, woman, no, say no. He no want keep the pregnancy. He want remove her. He never ready. He never do things for house. He never do things for his family. He can say, why you want remove? He say, no, he not dey gree. He can still leave her. Based on say, the woman felt and say, he not dey do again. He said a few months later, he said about 6 months, the woman call and say, the last make it come out for camp. That belle, he no remove her again. He said, constantly calling mama for house because of this issue. He said, see what did they happen? See everything they happen. Then my and say, now they reject pikin. Since you don't sleep with the woman, so it is possible say now you be the papa of the pikin. So he talk say your mother and say they don't reject pikin. Since you sleep with the woman at all, then it is possible say now you be the papa of the pikin. Because say okay, no problem. So at the last time she come for camp, because they come my house, they come they stay, he come born the pikin, he put documents and everything. So later he can't go marry her for community, pay bride price, do everything. Then they come they stay together. He can't born the remaining 2 children for her. He said, but the way the woman they behave and all that, he no good. So the guy can't talk say, he instincts they always tell and say, no be the papa of the pikin. He said the way the story take happen, how the woman take get belle, how it felt to ask her out, he not agree. Later she can't agree, come here, spend 2 nights or so, he pay everything. Come out, call her again, saying no, they do again. Later, a few weeks later, call her saying get belle. He said at first, he felt that and say, how come just once? But now, no, woman fit get belle just once. He say later, no, he no go keep am. He want comot the belle. He never ready. He never do things for house. He can say, okay, do wetin dey your mind. Later, a few months later, the driver for camp. He can call and get say, the driver for camp and the belle don big about 6 to 7 months. He can accept am, carry am come house and all that. He say, but not be say no like that pikin, but he mind dey always tell am. He instinct dey tell am say, no be him be the papa of the pikin. He say anytime he talk and come say, see wetin he mind dey tell am, no vex so. See the woman you dey shout go cause quarrel. Now he wan go for DNA test to know whether na him be the papa of the pikin. He talk say the pikin love am like everything, like your pikin. Say but he mind, he wan clear his conscience to know very well if na him be the papa of the pikin. Whether I fit help am book appointment for DNA test. I can say no problem. I fit help you book appointment. When you take get chance, it tell me the way be say e dey. I can help am look for the lab where be say e dey close to am, where therefore they do DNA test and everything. So the guy do and finish. He no even let me know the reply. He no tell me anything. Oh. Now this morning, the wife they come in the chat say, I don't scatter a family. Oh. I don't scatter a home. Oh. The DNA test not be right thing. See wetin happen. Say the friend say the first pikin not be the husband. Oh. Now the husband. Oh. He dey very, very sure. Say, let me the papa of the pikin. He dey shout. The woman never let me talk. But one say, if you feel say they're wrong for the DNA place, the way they for do the test, you will go do another test. And beside never know say your husband not tell you say, una want do DNA test. And I think say na the man na I tell am say swipe and book am, or maybe throw the man phone. I don't know because the man not tell me say he not tell the woman before he go do DNA test. I no intend to break any home. I beg women, if you dey relationship, you not go before you enter another one. Before you enter another one, I beg try do pregnancy test. And those of now we still dey my WhatsApp list, they tell me say make I help una book appointment for DNA test. I beg, I know they help una book any appointment. Make una go Italian school, go learn the language so that una fit by una self book appointment to do DNA test. And I beg women, I beg, before you enter another relationship, try do pregnancy test. Make this kind of problem, this kind of wahala not dey happen again. Because if at the beginning of everything, the man very knows not be get the pikin. Now normal thing. But if you don't let trade pikin grow big, God find out later some be get the pikin. It's not too good. So my people, where I for do wrong for this thing where be say it happen, una go still let me know so that next time I not go make the same mistake. Thank you and remain blessed.